versus Acme. And it says it's got John Cena in it, but I'm watching the trailer and I can't even see him.
What?
So does it? Well, maybe he's just doing voice acting. I know that's a John Cena joke, but I'm just going to be a troll about it.
Wow. Took me a second there to touch on.
I was told he was in the Fast and the Furious movies. I've seen every one. Never saw him.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna reach out to him at some point though and ask if I can buy his car.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drives a Type R.
Mm.
I saw something a while back about him trading in his Type R for his new one. So like you literally could have gone and gotten the car that he drove. I'm sure it went
A lot of those cars from the movies actually end up in the strangest places.
No, this was his actual car. Like he likes the Type R, so that's what he's had a couple of them, and I think he traded a blue one in for a newer white one, like a couple of years ago. So if you were lucky enough, you could have gone and bought the one that was his car. Not that I'm not even like
I would not trade in my Dwemer Spider for a more glowy Dwemer Spider. I appreciate my Dwemer Spider.
I just think it would have been a fun story. Yeah, this used to be John Cena's car.
That would be pretty cool.
So I'm just going to reach out and be like, hey man, instead of trading in, how about you just let me buy yours and you go buy a new one?
Give me 1 second. Socials.
Time's up.
That's fine. Cat's been on the skooma again.
Nuh-uh. It's just ice cream. It was just ice cream, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
I can just reuse the same one I used last week, I guess.
Is it dark in here? Or is it just me?
Dark in here? A little bit.
It's a little dark. It's because you turned the cake off.
Oh my gosh. It's not all about cake.
Oh, I know what we could talk about. The whole Elder Scrolls 6 shenanigans. How everybody thinks that it's gonna be sent
Where?
Yeah, I haven't really looked into that too much. I've seen stuff about it, but I haven't watched it. You can talk about it.
I don't know anything really more than what I just said.
Yeah, I've seen some videos about it, but I was like, I don't know how much of this is clickbait, because everybody's talking about whether or not 6 is going to release soon. Or...
Nah, 2 years minimum.
Which is...
I've always said 2028.
It's insane. So long since the last game.
Whoa. Holy brightness.
Too much?
Nah, I think it's okay. I mean, it's definitely bright, but it's not bad.
There. Now it's brighter, but it's not as bright.
Yeah.
Home shell on the way yet?
I'm not even paying attention because I'm doing our socials. You know what's crazy? This is where my brain is at. I was thinking about Shea Gorath and I almost typed twitch.tv/Shayo instead of Snugpod.
It's the madness.
It's taking over. X is done. Blue sky is going to be done shortly.
Cat.
I put a typo in there. Oh well. Can't do anything about it now, because X won't let you edit.
Oh, you can, but don't you have to pay for that?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Should be good to go on that. And oops, options. Shots. Yep. All right. I think I'm good. I don't have any water, but let me nab that and then I'll tell you when I'm back really quick.
Okay.
My cat decided to jump in my lap and dig her claws into my leg.
So rude. So unwell behaved.
Wasn't intentional. She just, back claws when she jumped up. She was trying to move around and did not feel very good.
I think Jinx is finally out of her Velociraptor stage.
Do you call her clever girl?
No, I call her a polite little lady. Because she is. Alright, I'm gonna be right back before we start.
Okay.
just sitting down.
Okay, Gwen stepped away for just a moment.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Just kidding. Can't move because Stitches is in my lap.
I was gonna say you could have. I wouldn't have judged you.
Alright, are we all here? Are we ready?
I think so.
Yep.
Alright, someone got a snacky. Sounds like someone of you got a snack. Anyway.
Not it. Finger on nose, not it.
I got some water and a piece of chocolate.
See, told you. Snack.
Alright. Ready whenever you guys are.
Let's go.
Alright, so we're going to be about 12 minutes in. Hello everybody, welcome back to a Snug Podcast. I'm Never Separate. I am with my two buddies, Gwen the Bard. How are you?
Okay, yourself?
I am doing alright. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. You know, for a cat and whatnot. And going crazy back soon. You still crazy?
Still crazy. Been a crazy day. Still crazy. I'll be back soon though. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, hopefully you won't be stuck in oblivion for too long.
Yeah, the Deadlands are a real pain.
Oh, fun times. Well, we're all here, and we got a few things to discuss. But before we get into those things, what have you been up to, Gwen?
Being frustrated. So, I got dragged into PvP again before the mayhem was over. And I did not want to be dragged into PvP, but I was dragged into PvP. And what happens? What happens? Volendrung comes out of oblivion. And so, the whole map was basically AD. And we hunted down. And we got Volendrung. But we didn't get Volendrung. We found it. It was right there. It was in my reach. It was in my reach 4 times. I started the grabbing animation, but kept getting interrupted. So I am very frustrated. It's so close. No. It is still on the to-do list.
I picked up Volendrung once at like 2:30 in the morning by myself in a dead server at one time, and it sucked because I ran over and like got murdered by one other lone dude in the map because I was wearing my not PvP build. So I know that frustration. I'm sorry.
I will get Volendrung. It was just apparently not this time. So yeah, that's on the to-do list. Still frustrated. I think I'm more frustrated because it was so close. It was right there. It was so close. Oh, I started the animation like 4 times and I wasn't able to get my hands on it. So rough. And then I also started the Thieves Guild quests finally, the new ones, and I have opinions about those, but we'll cover those at a later date. How have you guys been doing? What have you been up to in game?
Well, I have been up to a whole lot of nothing. But I did pick up the my 10th armory slot. Y'all were talking about builds. If you haven't seen that, if it hasn't ended already, armory slots were 50% off. So if you need a few, just a little tidbit. But as far as in game, not a whole lot. Been kind of a busy week. This past week, my wife left me, so she came back. It was a business trip. Don't worry. But I was alone, having to, take care of kids in between me being, also working and stuff like that. So not a lot of time to really hop on and game. But you crazy?
Well, I just purchased an armory slot.
You're welcome.
So thanks for that. I have been running some archive. If I'm a little quieter than normal, just tell me. But yeah, I'm a little quieter than normal because you may have heard never reference the Deadlands. I've been dealing with real life housing challenges. Our one air conditioning in the house decided to not work, and I live somewhere where it's hot, so we're all camping in the living room right now because that's the coolest place in the house. So thank goodness Tamrelic housing is not like real life housing, but other than running archive, messing around a little bit with PTS, I haven't really done too much this week because I've been really busy with work and life, and it was kiddo's first week back in school, so that's pretty much it for me right now. I finished the Golden Pursuits both places before they went away, and yeah, I think that's it.
Cool beans.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans. Well, all right. News.
Well, what news? I'm just kidding.
News. Jinx is now trying to attack the butterflies in the Snugpod.
I love that. It's been quiet. Some of that is because Dom is on a well-deserved vacation. And he soon publishes a lot of the blogs. So I would guess that could be some of it. And also we had our big update, from Nick that we talked about, where some of the dates got pushed for things. So right now it's kind of like PTS cycle time. So it's just generally, I think, going to be a little quiet for the moment. Gina was the one that did all the streams and stuff, so we don't have any, they haven't figured out, I don't think yet, whether that's continuing or who's doing that or any of that stuff. So what's our news? We have some community guides.
Yep, and included in the community guides is a dark elf vomiting.
What?
What?
It looks like a hand-drawn, let's see, is that Cami Poo? Art DPS, so it's supposed to be an Arcanist, but it looks like it's vomiting.
Okay, I see how you're saying, why you're saying this. It does look like it's coming from their mouth instead of their hands, but it just is the angle, okay? You leave Cami Poo out of this.
Hey, I like the artwork. I thought it was fun.
Everyone's a critic.
I wasn't criticizing. That's just.
You were actively criticizing the artwork. Yeah.
I'm not criticizing. I like it. I think it's fun. That's just the first thought I had. I'm scrolling down through there. Okay, whatever. I think it's fun. Caught my eye. I think that's kind of the point, right?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we, well, there's not really much to read, but basically what this is a lot of community guides for stuff that's kind of going on. Some of the guides that are here are for Update 51, which is now coming in September, by the way. So, there's probably a couple things that might be a little spoilery in here, but also there's quite a few community guides that are for achievement completion and need to know things. There's a returning player ultimate guide. We've got stuff on favors that are happening in ESO, as well as Tamriel tomes. Let's see what else is in here. Some stuff about PTS, overland encounters, lots of werewolf goodness, some build updates. Yeah, That's pretty much what I'm seeing here. There's somebody who has top 10 sets for PvP. It's a tier list.
I could have used that last week.
And that's basically it on the community guides front.
Yep. We'll link that in the show notes for you, so if you want to go check that out. It's a lot of videos to watch, so you need some stuff to do. There you go. Something for you to do.
Yeah.
You can go watch those, check those out, give a little love to people that spend the time creating that stuff for you.
The only other thing to note that's newsworthy, I would say, is that the PTS cycle is continuing, of course, like I mentioned just a minute ago, and starting this week, you've been able to access the Nowhere Vault. So if you have access to PTS and you want to go in there and play it, it's accessible to you for testing. And then also arriving actually tomorrow on August 17th with PTS Round 3 is the first 2 solo playable dungeons. So those hit PTS tomorrow.
Okay. You know, Nowhere Vault sounds like the Tamrielic version of a Abbott and Costello joke.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you know the who's on first thing?
Who's on first, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that it sounded like the Tamrielic version of the Room of Requirement.
You could say that too. I'm just thinking, you know, the Nowhere Vault. It's like, where is it? Nowhere. I'm asking you. Where's the vault? Nowhere. It's just, you know, it's one of my favorite bits of all time. I think it's great. If you haven't seen Abbott and Costello's Who's on First, you're missing out. Go look that up. But that's not ESO related.
It's not.
But hey, sometimes people might just want something to laugh at. So there you go. Go laugh. You're welcome.
Beautiful. There's a rooster crowing in here.
Time to wake up.
Yeah, I can get rid of him if he's too loud.
Nah, he's not loud.
He can speak human. You think he would be able to contain himself a little bit.
Yeah, no, I like it. Don't change it.
So we
Alright,
also
okay.
have a meet the character. Are we ready for that? Did we want to do that?
Sure.
I don't think any of us are ready for this.
She's crazy.
You meet her and she asks you if you would prefer to, like, what was it? Eat puppies, or there was another thing.
Take someone out on a date. Take Sheo out on a date or something. I don't know. There's something like that. And I just remember I chose the I'd take him out to dinner answer. And she was like, oh, you are crazy.
Yeah. Alright. So, who wants to read this? Or we need to break this up. How do we do this? Let's see.
Is it not reading, answering things? Because I think our best, it's not someone else.
Nope. It's literally, I think, hold on. Followers of Shea. I'm confused. Are these multiple personalities here?
That's what I'm trying to
Yes.
decipher here as well.
I believe these are all Noth, but she's speaking as like 4 or 5 different people.
So we each just change as we go through. We each just take a paragraph, each a little thing.
Sure. Either that or these are letters to Noth. I'm not really sure. Perhaps I'll find out as we read them. I actually haven't read the whole thing yet.
Why not? I'll start. We'll see. Followers of Sheogorath are always an odd bunch, and Noth the Unhinged is no exception. Learn more about this disciple of the Prince of Madness in the new Meet the Character. Sarge, I think we're just about ready to declare these houses ready to go down. who would have known it would take so long to clean up after a Daedric assault? Dropping you a note because you asked me to pass along anything that might interest the eyes of the Thalmor. I'm not really sure what to make of this, so here you go. Found this stack of letters stuffed inside a jewelry box and one of the crisped houses. If you want to check it out, it's standalone on the edge of Dune near where the bluffs sit behind the city. You owe me a drink. Rim and Sauerbach at the Sugar Bowl. Brithor Mosswood, Vinedust Rambler.
Sweet salutations, my sisters. I've finally done as you asked and invited that lovely page from the Aldmeri Embassy to join us for dinner. Donathi is as kind as our own Jazette and just as wise. Our conversation was all business, and yet she is also so lovely. I agree now. She's the perfect person to join us in our little historical outing. But perhaps is it true that there is more than just her scholarly mind you admire? Lazira.
Sisters, yes, you have found me out. Between us, I know we have what it takes to reach the ruin, to excavate the entrance, to explore the chambers. Are we not 3 Athaha? Ever since we were little, we have seen all and learned much. I am so proud of us. But if we are to discover the origins of skooma cat worship, if we to impress those imperial jeeks at the university, we need skills none of us possess. Danathi, as you say, is quite lovely, but more important, she knows the tongues of old Shavar.
My Athara. This one thinks you are fixed on Anathi's tongue, Shavari Daromesha.
Sisters, I don't know how that evening could have gone better. Donathi and I have exchanged several lengthy letters since our dinner, and she is fully committed now to our outing. Please tell us how the hunt for supplies goes, Misha, and if you can get away from your obligations at the end of the month, Lazira, we are ready to go. Sisters, I must also say I finally saw sweet Donathi in person last night. We took a stroll and tried that new kvet stand. I must confess I do not love the drink, but our new traveling companion is everything I have wanted in a tumult, and perhaps more. I try not to let my heart lead me astray, but she is so much. Her mind is so sharp, her thoughts like crystals under the moons. Her questions compel me so. I cannot wait for our expedition to begin. Shavari.
My sister, have you heard from Shavari this week? Last week she and Danathi told me everything. They would only need a few more days to decipher the text from the ruin. But I have seen no letters, I have seen her not in the market, and this morning I went to her apartment and they were not there. Was it wise to open our mouths, do you think? They were just moving so fast. Their love may be fleeting as we fear, but perhaps by saying what we said we have made things worse. I worry every day, Misha. What do you think we should do? Lazira.
Sisters, please send help. Danathi has changed. I only have a few moments before she returns. I pray this letter reaches you. I still cannot understand a word of the text, but Danathi, sweet Nath, she knows the words all too well. She sees colors, sisters. She told me about them. They started that first night, under the stars at the ruin's entrance. Colors of all kinds, colors of all descriptions. The colors flow before her eyes. They surround her, me, every word I say, every beast in the bush, in the brush, each has a color that only my sweet Nath can see. They make her do things, say things. The colors have touched her beautiful mind, my sisters, and I do not know what will happen next. Please, the end of the letter is torn, obscuring the end of the text. Nath has clearly undergone some kind of change. Now, her patron needs your help. As they tour Tamriel, are you willing to assist the god of madness? Look out for the new questline titled Sheogorath Take the Holiday when it arrives on Wednesday, July 29th. The 29th has come and gone, and now we are in August, and we are going to talk about our interpretations of our holiday with Sheogorath.
Okay, so first off, I get this now. I see what happened in this Meet the Character.
Mhm.
There are letters being written back and forth between some sisters, and one of them falls in love with Noth, basically, and watches as Noth completely declines to Sheo's madness, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was a fun way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Neat. I like it.
Different. Like
Mhm.
it. Fun.
Sure. Okay. So, cheese for everyone, and also for Shea Gorath.
Even if you're lactose intolerant, cheese. Everyone gets cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they make pills for that now.
They do, but Shea's merely mortal recently, so he doesn't know. Let's really quick give a heads up, because this is a zone story, even though it was live for Golden Pursuit. I think we should give people the opportunity to know that, like, hey, we're gonna be talking about the quest line, and there might be a little bit of spoiler stuff in here. So I would say
a quest you can still do.
Yeah, which is a confusion that some people had, because I actually had a conversation back and forth with someone on a social site where I was like, hey, yeah, don't worry, you'll be able to finish the quest even after the Golden Pursuit goes away. And the person was like, someone else chimed in, they're like, no, they both go away starting 2 days from now. And I'm like, that is incorrect. It's only the Golden Pursuit that's going away. This is an event story and a zone story, and it's not going anywhere, because I remember that was a conversation we had when it was on PTS. And so many people were so confused about this.
The Golden Pursuit was just an incentive to get you to do the new content as it's coming out. But this is a new story that is going to stick around.
Right. Mm-hmm.
However, since so many people have done the story during the Golden Pursuit, including us, we're going to give our opinions and review it and talk about it. So spoilers. From here on out, you're getting spoilers.
Yeah.
If you don't want spoilers, this is your warning.
Okay, so here's my first question before we really delve into this. Have either of you played any of the other quest lines with Shea Gorath in any of the other games?
I have played everything with Shea Gorath.
Okay, so you've done Shivering Isles in Oblivion.
I've done Shivering. First, I met him in Skyrim,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I played Oblivion, I only did the Shivering Isles.
Oh, wow.
So I did all the Shivering Isles, and then when he was Gorlash and Blades.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done pretty much all the Shea Gorath stuff, I believe.
Okay.
And of course the Mages Guild here. So.
Yes,
Shea Gorath
here,
was...
and then Skooma Cat.
Yep, Skooma Cat. Oh my gosh, you can't forget Skooma Cat.
Shea Gorath
Skooma Cat
was...
doesn't like cheese.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Shea Gorath was in Skyrim?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in the Mind of Pelagius the Mad. You get a femur bone from one of his followers in Solitude, and then you have to work your way into the Locked Wing, which isn't around in ESO time, because it's a wing that's added later, because Pelagius now that happens later. And you have to go into Pelagius's mind and then kick Shea Gorath out, because he's on another holiday in the mind of the dead emperor.
So that's not a main quest thing, then.
It's not. It's a side quest.
I must have missed that.
You pretty much run into it during the main quest. If you
Raymond
walk through
says the
Solitude,
hip of
it's pretty hard to
Pelagius in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall that. I may not have done that.
You know, I'm not sure I did that one in Skyrim either, but I definitely was heavily into the Shivering Isles in Oblivion, because I played through that whole thing and dealt with all the jiggle egg stuff and all of that, so yeah. Okay, I was just curious for context. So you've not done that in Oblivion or anything, right?
No, I haven't played Oblivion.
Okay.
So your only Shea Gorath is ESO Shea Gorath.
As far as I can recall, Yeah, I mean it's been several years since I played through Skyrim. Uh, you know, uh, so I don't remember. It's possible I did that, but I don't remember it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, how do we want to do this? Do we just want to like?
Well,
yeah. I don't
let's go with overall impressions of the quest line. For what you're used to in dealing with Sheogorath and his antics, was this something that you would expect? Was it overall, do you believe, a solid quest?
Yes, I think so. I liked the quest. I liked the thought of why it was happening, of him wanting to feel what it was like to be immortal, because I think he's just crazy enough that he would, want to do that stuff. I do think, and this is me just being probably hypercritical, I do wish that there was a little bit more variety in some of the things that you did during the quest, though. Although I will say that I think if you walked and did stuff, didn't fast travel, didn't do that stuff, then I think it was more reasonable. Following the tome shell rather than just running to the quest marker, right? To me, that felt better than if I had just fast traveled, because then I probably would have been it's bad. I do feel like some of the dialogue sometimes was a little clunky, but I still kind of liked it. I think Sheo is just off enough and just crazy enough that even if it's not my favorite quest in the game, I still think it worked. So, what about you guys?
I continue to feel the consistency with Sheogorath himself is what I am used to. And agreed, the pacing of the quest was good, especially if you are following along and actually interacting with the quest instead of just treating it like a go from marker to marker. For length of quest and story, my biggest takeaway is with the Golden Pursuit, it started July 29th. We are now on August 16th. And it ended last Sunday?
It was last Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, so
because
it was
when we did the show, it was still live.
Yeah, so we had 2 weeks to do it. And for the Golden Pursuits, and initially with the Sheogorath quest, I was just going to do one section of the quest a night, from one big quest marker to the next big quest marker, one a night, just slowly working my way through story instead of do it all at once. And so the way I look at it is it was paced well, because that is something, even if you don't have a lot of time to sit down and work on it, for getting the pursuits done with the quest, very feasible. It didn't require a lot of attention, but you still felt like you were getting a whole story out of it.
Yeah, I personally would agree. The thing for me that made the quest, honestly, was some of the visuals. I know that that's crazy because we're big lore people, but the visuals in the one little pub of the dogs playing the dogs playing cards, and
they were playing cards wrong, by the way. That is my biggest my biggest what is it, negative
peeve, negative.
They were not playing Tales of Tribute correctly.
Yeah,
They're dogs.
Well, and it was referencing that old art piece, the dogs playing poker.
I am fully aware of all of the background and takeaways.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it was fun. And I liked the stuff of people sitting on the ceiling and all those chairs in places they shouldn't be, and
Okay.
I don't know.
Trigger warning for people. There was a lot of dead cats. I could not see all of the dead cats. There were cat skeletons and cat ghosts. Everywhere there were dead cats.
Okay, but the naked cat laying on the bar top that was just living his best life was pretty great.
Yes.
Um, really, really quick before Never talks, Ryman said, I've seen people call this the worst quest line in Elder Scrolls, which is wrong, since it is definitely the quest no stone unturned. Okay, Raymond, I have to ask though, do you mean the one in Skyrim or the one in Oblivion? Because Skyrim is, of course, the Stones of Barenziah, right? Like, that's the one of finding so many gems. But in Oblivion, there's one with the same name where you have to do, like, a potion-making situation. So, I'm going to guess you mean the Skyrim one, but I'm just curious. Yes, Skyrim, of course, he said. Yes, of course. Okay, Never, what are your thoughts?
A bit mixed. The conceptually, I like the idea of the quest. I think Shio deciding I want to do something different. I want to, feel what it's like to be a weak, puny mortal. Like, I think that's funny. So I like the idea behind it. And I like the same thing with the pub. I thought the pub was kind of fun. The chaos that breaks out everywhere, that Sheo's power is being dumped because of the little goo balls of power.
The tome shell wreaking havoc.
Yeah, like that's kind of a fun thing that you have to like kind of go through, and you've got to catch. You're trying to catch this thing to stop this madness from spreading too much. That's all fun. But to be completely honest, Sheo himself really kind of started to get on my nerves. Because it started out good. I liked it when it started out, but once he gets poisoned, he kind of just largely for me turned into a whiny adult child. I just it kind of grated on me, the constant, like, he just, I don't know, his demeanor was just, and I get he's the mad god who's never experienced being sick before, but it just, I don't know, to me that wasn't entertaining. It didn't come off as comedic. It came off as a whiny child in an adult body. I didn't care for it. I didn't like his constant use of the word lackey. It just kind of was like, stop calling me lackey. It's just, I don't know. Maybe that's a thing he's always done. He's always done it. But it felt very excessive. And you talked about dialogue feeling inconsistent. That's something I brought up with y'all in our chat fairly early on. But it's like one moment he's like, "Oh, you're useless, lackey. I need you to step up and go get the thing and solve my problems for me. But by the way, you did great. Here's some gold." And it to me, like, as you got to different parts of the quest where you were completing that stage, it just felt kind of tacked on, like, oh, we have to acknowledge you finished that part of the quest, so he's going to compliment you now, even though he's been telling you how dumb you are, or how you're not doing a very good job, and then suddenly he's telling you did great, I appreciate you. And I don't know, to me that was where inconsistent dialogue, that's what that felt like to me. It felt like he's got one attitude the entire quest, or during that mid-section of the quest, I suppose, mid to end, except for when it's the point that that section of the quest is over and he has to give you your quest reward. To me, I think Noth was probably the standout, and as far as the quest line goes, the characters, and even you know, my complaint with him being kind of the whiny kid, his what did he call it? The his alter personality, basically, kind of just felt like another one. I don't know. It wasn't really my my cup of tea as far as the dialogue and the character. The quest concept I really liked. Some of the delivery I thought, for me at least, fell flat.
Mm-hmm. Ryman says, when he killed that orc, I was really hoping he would do something absolutely horrific to get rid of his funny random guy persona.
I was expecting him to actually fry up the guy that got turned into a dragon frog.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for you both. Did you push the orc, or did Sheo push the orc?
Oh, I pushed the orc, of course. Well, wait. I wanted to kill him and push him, but Sheo Gorath did it. That seems kind of weird, because he said that was where that was the one spot where it seemed inconsistent, and it wasn't inconsistent because of inconsistency's sake, for like inconsistency with dialogue. It seemed inconsistent is in the side of you were given red text options, regardless of what things happen. However, it still felt like it was scripted to always go one way, because even though I chose the option that he was all meant to be pushed, it was still Sheo Gorath saying, "Oh, my lackey's too soft. I'm gonna do this," and then he pushed him.
Interesting.
So the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
Well, I chose, there were 3 choices, right? There's like the one that doesn't have anything, and then there's like the green choice, which is like, hey, I'll see if I can convince him to let you go, and then there's the, yeah, no, you screwed up, I'm gonna push you choice. At least that's what I thought my dialogue had, because on PC I did one choice, and on PlayStation I did the other choice, because I wanted to see. So my first time through the quest, I was like, this guy's a little bit crazy, but I'll let him go. So I was like, yeah, no, wait, that's backwards, sorry. On PC I was like, this guy kind of is whatever, but it's a Sheo quest, so I'm gonna push him. So I pushed him. And I chose whatever the red one was that was like the you screwed up answer. And then when I did it on PlayStation, I chose the other one to see what Sheo would do, and then he just pushed him off the cliff. So, I don't know, that's interesting. I wonder if that's another one of those, like, it depends on what you've done in some of the quest lines and stuff, because I did get different dialogue on my PlayStation account versus my PC account. On my PC account, I have not finished the Mages Guild. I have done the first couple quests, and that's it. So I reference it, like, my character says a couple times when I was talking with him, like, hey, what about Ivea? You know, don't you have, like, a deal? And it was like the, yeah, quit bringing that up, like, I'll deal with it later. And then on PlayStation, it was very much like, yeah, I know, we've already been through this, like, I'm not gonna mess with it, I've already honored what I said I was gonna do, X, Y, and Z. So, similar dialogue, but different enough that it delineates between whether you have and have not done the quest. And then there was additional things that you can talk to Sheo about if you've done the Mages Guild stuff. So, I wonder if it's like a similar situation to that.
That was nice that it did acknowledge that you've done the Mages Guild and all of that nonsense. It's like, yeah, no wonder why Shaldor's wife left him. He was just so obsessed with this thing. It's like, I know, right?
Yeah, and it's fun because that's the stuff too that we got out of the Scholarium lore. So like that's even side lore that people may or may not have like seen and read.
Yes and no, because you already learned that during the Ivea storyline.
Yeah, but I mean, you get a little bit more of it, I guess.
You get more in depth on like the why and what in the her side of things, but you do get that during the Ivea storyline.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I just thought it was cool that they acknowledged that he, sometimes with characters when you come across them, it's like they don't even acknowledge that they're in another storyline. A lot of times they do and they try to, but sometimes they don't. And
Yeah,
I thought it was
'cause-
really great that they were able to do both within this quest line and make it feel connected.
I like how they acknowledged that you were already in the quest when you said you were doing that on PC, but you still hadn't finished it. That was cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
exactly.
But yeah, he'd go, my favorite mortal, or lackey. It would switch between different names. Never your name because, well, out of game, we all know they just can't record how all of the weird sounds would fix it and stuff. But Sheogorath calling you by your name seems kind of odd unless he was ready to kill you.
Yeah. What else do you think, Never? Anything else stand out in the quest line other than Noth? I mean, I would agree, Noth as a character is fantastic.
I forgot about the frog, or the, that was kind of fun. But no, I mean,
All right, so
I didn't know.
did you guys kill Maddie?
In one I did and in one I didn't. Because again, I have the benefit of playing two different places. So actually wait, I haven't done it yet. I have to finish that. Here. Did I? I thought in one I killed him and the other one I didn't, but now I'm second guessing myself.
I do believe that I did kill him.
I killed Maddie the first time. For sure.
It's like, we don't need lesser Sheo running around.
Why? Why did you guys kill Maddie?
Kind of like that. I was a little concerned that if we left Maddie around, that if Maddie got out again, there would be other issues. And for me, like, knowing that Sheo's kind of a split personality already anyway, having an additional piece of that seemed a little bit too dangerous.
Yeah. It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
You let Maddie live, didn't you, Gwen?
Oh no, I killed him. It's Sheogorath's power. Just because it decided to be sentient doesn't mean it doesn't have to go back to where it belonged in the first place.
I agree. What do you think about the usage of some of the older zones for this? Like adding stuff into the world and, going back to the Telvanni Peninsula, going back to places in Glenumbra, stuff like that.
Really, it makes it just more lived in because you have to go back to these places. You're reliving in them. It helps the world put, a breath of life into the world instead of keeping each zone locked to a specific story.
Makes it feel lived in a little more.
Now,
I would agree.
those interior spaces are new, right?
Some of them are, yeah.
I mean, I'm
The
sure
Shivering...
a lot of them are like the
No, the
buildings.
shack was already there. If you don't accept the quest and you go into the shack, there's a thieves trove that you can loot. But once you accept the quest, it's the shack.
The
now,
Shivering Shack,
yeah, the Shivering Shack. Yep.
It's
Right,
listed as
that's-
unmarked house beforehand.
That's what I'm saying. As far as like the interior space design is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, if you don't have the quest, you go in there. It's an empty room, and every once in a while a thieves trove that you can loot, and that's it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If they're able to, add, and this is bigger picture than just this quest, but and then they've been doing things like this now, even with like what the prelude quests or whatever that they've put out. But
Yeah, the prologue quest.
that's the word I meant, prologue. But if they're able to give us interesting quests that take us into the world we're already familiar with, but into maybe new caves and things like that, then that's a good way to continue to flesh out the world without having to necessarily build an entire new zone.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, I think for me this quest still ticked off all the boxes. I definitely wish in some way that it was a little longer. Like I wish we saw more of the Shivering Isles, because I think the fact that they're so prevalent in one of the other Elder Scrolls games, it would be nice to see some more of that in Elder Scrolls Online. But I also understand, you know, maybe saving that for another time or for later usage or things like that. I do like that, like we said, we saw a different side of Sheo. You know, we've seen him in so many different ways. Like, even when you think about Cyrodiil PvP, when you go do that training quest with him, right? Like, we see him a lot in ESO. So getting another little, like, zone story, I thought was quite fun with that. But, do I wish it was longer? Sure, probably. I always wish quests were longer. Do I wish that some of the dialogue felt a little bit more interconnected? Yeah, but I think still it was a pretty good quest, in general. And remember, they're trying new things. They're trying, like, this is part of that whole, like, this was in the pipeline before we found out about the layoffs and things like that. So, you know, like, one of the things that they mentioned last year was, hey, we're going to try some smaller content. We're going to try different types of content with different types of writing, different rewards, see how it goes, see what people think. So this may be one of those things where if they're like, okay, this short form zone story didn't hit the way that we thought it was going to hit with some people, so maybe we don't do that again. Like, you know, we don't know. So I think for what it was really good. Well, maybe I won't say really good, but for what it was, I think it was good, and I enjoyed it a lot and had a good time going through the Golden Pursuit.
Speaking of rewards, what did y'all think about the quest rewards?
The fact that we got like a whole gear set from it, I think that was kind of cool.
Gwen, what
were
about
you
you?
gonna say, Gwen?
They have to give you something. That's just how quests work. You get something in between quests.
I think it was cool that we got a set. Is that a craftable set that we got though? I know it's an older
what was
set.
It again?
It's the Cold Harbor's favorite, I think.
Yes.
Isn't that a craftable set?
Yes.
So to me that seems. I mean, I know not everybody can craft it, but anybody that cares enough will go get the ability to craft it or go find somebody to craft it for them. It seems odd to give as a quest reward.
I was pretty happy with it.
so-
I got to break it down for all the mats. It was great.
So Ryman said that it is from Northern Elsewhere. However, it's an 8-trait set.
Yeah, well, that's why I said if you care enough, you'll be able to craft it at some point, or you just go find someone to craft it for you. I don't know. Like that. That just seems like an odd. You know, and people may have different opinions, and that's fine. I don't feel real strongly about it necessarily. I just, it just to me seemed a little weird that they were giving us something that a lot of us could just go make if we wanted it. Like, I can just go craft that set if I want to. It's not a, you know. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want to do new quests and get old zone sets either. So, you know, because it just seems like if I'm doing new stuff, maybe give me, you know. And I think the last part of the quest did give upgraded, like maybe purple gear. So that's that's at least better. You know, you're getting higher quality stuff. So,
Hey, they were giving. You said it was an Elsewhere set.
I think so.
All right, so not everyone has access to Elsewhere, right? That's still not base game.
Yep, that's the other thing.
And you know what Cold Harbor's favorite summon ever? You know why I know immediately why that's a craftable set?
Because it's a healer set.
No, because it summons honor.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
giving
that's
everyone the ability to
right.
fight with honor.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to fit that in there.
it's
But
a
yeah,
it's a dual purpose.
all your points are valid. It
Uh,
does. He either explodes and it causes more damage, or he heals. It just depends on how it procs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it fits thematically, you know, that's the reward. Like I said, it's just the fact that it was something that's been in the game for a while that you can craft. I know not everybody has access to Northern Elsewhere, but you don't have to use somebody's crafting station if they've got it, or to get that set from somebody that can craft it for you.
Yeah, but you have to be an 8-trait crafter if you're gonna craft it. So.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's why I said I don't feel super strong about it. It just seemed like an odd choice that our reward was a craftable thing. But
And then we also got the fancy tome shell, and then the emote thing, which I honestly haven't tried the emote thing.
And a
but
mask and a shoulder, right? Or something like that?
Oh yeah, the little butterfly shoulder thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
Yeah. I got that too. So I don't think they were bad rewards, especially for it being such a short zone quest. And you normally get armor from zone quests anyway.
yeah, that's why I said I wouldn't have necessarily wanted it to be just like the old stuff you would get from that zone anyway. So
We went a little chaotic to Northern Elsewhere, you know, where Scuba Cat is.
Yep.
That almost makes kind of like sense that you're getting something from Sheogora from Northern Elsewhere.
Yeah. Kinda interesting.
Alright. I have to touch on this because we know they're never adding children to the game. What did you guys think of the like shrunken, like super miniature child ghost thing?
That was weird, and I was like, oh no, the proportions are wrong. It just was weird.
child
The character model was so strange.
child ghost thing.
The memory flashback during the 3 different memories for unlocking the gate
Oh, okay.
in the Shivering Isles. Yeah. There was one where it was this like little miniature child assassinating his dad, but it was just like
Yeah.
a regular
It was
like a
character
tiny little
model,
person.
just scaled down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just funny because it looked like they shrank it a little too much, actually, to me. Like, it was, like, just too small. It was funny. I forgot about that till you said it.
Also, which one of those, because they don't say it, which one of those little flashback memory things do you think was the one when Sheogorath was mortal? Because he said one of them was before he was a Daedric Prince.
Just a second. Because
Nope.
I
You're cheating.
have a feeling. No, I'm not cheating. Hold on. I actually think I saw this a few minutes, like, when we were looking up lore. I think it's the one that you're actually talking about. Because I think that's where he kills a king when he's acting as his kid. Right?
That is, yes.
So the funny thing is, all 3 of those are technically in this book. Which now I just made that connection. You just made my brain go, wait a minute. So those are the myths of Sheogorath. So the one is where he invents music. The one is him and King Leondir. And then the other one is the Contest of Wills, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. Huh. Well, now I feel like we should be reading that Myths of Sheogorath book. Interesting.
Alright, so what did you guys think of the Golden Pursuit rewards? Now that we've covered the quest.
I thought they were good. I liked those. Especially for being one that literally came where you just do the quest line and you don't really have to, like, work extra for it. I thought they were very fair.
I don't even remember what they are, other than the chicken animation. Was it like 10,000 gold at one point?
It was what we just talked about, where you got like a shoulder piece, a butterfly face piece, the chicken gathering, and...
Oh, you talked about, okay, that was Golden Pursuit. Okay,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about with the quest, because we were discussing the quest rewards. I was separating those from the Golden Pursuit.
Yeah, that's my bad. I'm tired, so
That's
in my
okay.
brain I
That's
was
okay.
combining them.
That's why I was trying to think. I was like,
Once again, same happened to me, but that chicken.
yeah, the chicken's kind of fun. I was like, I want the chicken animation. I just think that'll be entertaining when I'm out in the world gathering to, summon a chicken every now and then.
And then next question is, how long do you think it's going to be before they're added to the trade bar shop?
They're already there.
Oh, they are?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Well, there you go. Because I have been trained, after having Golden Pursuits for so many years, to think you need to get it done for the Golden Pursuits. But now that we know that they all are kind of like cycling and coming in at different times again.
I don't know, because not everything has come back in there.
It hasn't, but it's still also a new system.
I wouldn't see it before Sheogorath's next summoning day.
That is a very practical, well thought out guess.
I would say that's reasonable, or potentially like on the anniversary of the quest. The Sheogorath celebration, or whatever they might call that. Of course, they could always just bring back the Golden Pursuit, I guess, but people might not be too keen on having a repeat of that. But I would think maybe for its anniversary.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh.
Alright, anyone have any other thoughts on this topic, or have we actually covered everything for it?
I'm feeling pretty good about it, as far as I can think of, anyway.
Noth. What do y'all think of Noth?
I love Noth.
I thought Noth was a lot of fun. I would have rather traveled with Noth through the bulk of that quest.
I felt so sorry for Noth. It was giving my little sister trying to just get me to have like food and water and take care of myself while I'm running around in cosplay all day vibes.
Yep.
I felt bad for Noth. I loved Noth.
Yes.
I definitely identified with Sheo though.
Yeah.
I'm doing this thing! No!
Yeah, I thought it was very fun. I thought she was great. A fun character, voiced really well, and just super cute.
Yep. Yep. I think that's everyone's takeaway. We all like Noth.
Yep.
Yep. Now, how long will it be before we have Noth as a purchasable house guest?
Who knows? Maybe she'll go back to the Shivering Isles.
Yeah.
We get a Shivering Isles house that has Noth included.
Well, there is potentially one that you can see on the PTS, but she's not there.
Well,
Actually, is it in the Shivering Isles? I don't remember, but there's a house that's Sheogorad cheese themed.
Cool.
Alright, so I didn't see any Dwemer in the Shivering Shack. How about you, Never?
No, I did not. I saw not a one. I didn't see one in that tavern. I didn't see any Dwemer in the little the basement thing we had to go down into. Nope, no Dwemer.
Not one in the Shivering Isles either.
Nope.
No Dwemer
Really,
there.
you think that's where they'd keep them?
You'd think that's where they might have gone. Who knows?
That's where I would keep mine.
You'd keep your Dwemer in the Shivering Isles.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, No More Murder Hobo's question is, if you had to help Sheogorath, would you help Sheogorath? Yes. Why? And why? Or why? Because there's only yes. So why?
I've already done it many times. Why not one more?
Yeah. I suppose so. He seems to be, as crazy as he is, at least not, at least from my experience with him, not super into, like, taking over and destroying the world. Could be. There's definitely worse options.
Yeah, there's definitely worse options to get lumped in with. Worshipping Sheo or doing stuff for him ain't that bad.
Alright, so I had a wild crazy thought while we've all been talking about Sheogorath and Elder Scrolls 6 over the past few days. What if in Elder Scrolls 6, when you talk to Sheogorath, because remember, he's the Prince of Madness, and he remembers his past incarnations and stuff to a degree. What if you can say you remember him from a different era and a different time you've helped him? And he responds differently based on that.
That would be really weird, depending on the timeline of what the new game is.
Oh, it's definitely going to go forward in time. They all seem to be, except for ESO, because it's already established type stuff. But, I mean.
Well, I mean, we're slowly moving forward in time. But
It's just 10 years. It doesn't count in the grand scheme of things.
yeah, that would be cool. I just don't know how reasonable or believable it is. The jumps that we've made in all the other games have been pretty sizable in timing. And I think since they want ESO to live for a while, I don't think they'll do a time that's too close to where we currently are. Like, maybe 4th era, not 2nd. And that'd be a pretty sizable amount of time to remember him from. You'd be like a divine yourself. So, I don't know.
I think they'd have to do... for that to work, they'd have to have your character explained differently than, waking up on a boat or, waking up in a cart. They'd have to give you. They'd have to explain why you would have that knowledge from a previous era.
So we know it wouldn't happen, but let me have my wall of crazy.
Maybe we're not thinking of this properly, though. Maybe it would be him who's saying that he remembers you from a previous life. Right? So he's already nuts. So feasibly, within the quest line, if he were to be like, oh yes, I see you again. I remember you from the 2nd era. Like, no one would bat an eye probably, because it would be like, okay, sure you do, buddy. Oh yeah, I remember that time that you helped me become immortal and we went to a cheese festival? Like, it would make sense. That part could actually happen, probably. But it would just be... It would be kind of Easter eggy if you hadn't played ESO. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just, I think it would have to come from him and not you, as the character.
Well, I mean, if they explain that your character is like a some sort of reincarnation or something, and they could explain it, through something like that. As far as what you're saying, I don't think that's too far-fetched with, and this is getting a little, maybe a little in the weeds, but, you think of all the data collection that these big companies do, and the way that they know what games you're playing because you're signed into accounts. And so if they have, we have Bethesda accounts or whatever, and achievements could be tracked through that. So if Elder Scrolls 6 somehow, you sign into a Bethesda account and it reads your achievements and says, oh, you've got the achievement that you did that thing, it could acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, whether or not they go that route with it, I don't know if they will, but I don't see why that is not possible. So it could, it's feasible, I think. Maybe not probable, but feasible.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well,
Okay, news.
Did-
Wait, we did news.
we did news.
We did the show.
We did the show. I was just about to say, well, I think we've done it, but okay, news. What news do you have?
No. Undaunted. I am undaunted.
Undaunted. Undaunted.
I am daunted.
We are
We are
undaunted.
daunted by
Oh, boy.
madness.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, well, maybe some guild announcements, shall we?
Hey, we are in a guild, by the way. If anybody was
We are.
unaware of that, we're all lore seekers. We are multi-platform, so you can come join us on pretty much any platform you're on, except for Switch, because that doesn't exist, at least yet anyway. Who knows? But if you are in the guild, what?
But you know what does exist now on Switch?
Can we all just be jealous that the Switch got the
Oblivion
fancy
remastered.
Oblivion release kit, and everyone else is just like, yeah, Shadow Drop, here you go. Yeah, if you want, there's a physical disc.
Yeah. Freaking Switch. Anyway, carry
Right. Anyway, continue.
If you are on PlayStation specifically, we've got a couple of activities that we try to do on a weekly basis. The first being Treacherous Tuesday, which is Dungeon Day. Group up, go run some dungeons, chase some achievements, farm some gear, chase after those monster sets, that kind of thing.
Thought you were going to say butterflies.
You could chase butterflies, I suppose. There's definitely some dungeons that have butterflies in them.
Mm-hmm.
So you could
Not
say
with Mary, though. Don't do it with Mary.
So you could I guess make a point to explore dungeons and see how many butterflies you could find and take screenshots of. That's another thing to do. Crazy's been known to get lost taking screenshots a few times. So.
With torch bugs and butterflies.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Thursdays is Relic Seekers of Tamriel. That's at 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. And group up, go chase antiquities and things like that. And this was shadow dropped in the reference, but Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon is the Undaunted Day.
Undaunted.
We
are
are
undaunted.
undaunted. Yeah. Same time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. And as stated, that is a chance to go and do pledges or the daily delves, any of those undaunted activities. So hop in Discord, group up, go do those things. And then, of course, there's other activities you can check the Discord for on other platforms, or even if somebody decides they want to host something kind of spur of the moment. Discord's where you're going to want to be. Speaking of Discord, would someone like to share about that?
Sure. You can join our Discord by heading over to loreseekers.club. From there, you can click on how to join us, and it'll bring you to a link that'll get you into our Discord. Then you'll just simply go to the Apply to Guild channel. It'll send you a DM, and you'll fill out a few questions. They're pretty easy. It's just like, hey, who are you? Why do you want to join us? Type scenario. And then you fill it out, and hopefully within 24 to 48 hours, one of us gets back to you. It gets all approved, and then we get you in the guild on whatever respective platform you're on. Yeah, we have our, what we call our little filter there to make sure that we're keeping everybody in our Discord safe and that we're actually getting actual people and not bots and other stuff. So, yeah, that's how you join. And where can they find us?
On twitch.tv/snugpodcast, on YouTube Snugpodcast, on your podcatcher of choice if you would like to just listen in your ears. And over on the socials, we are on the Blue Sky and the Bluebird, which is no longer Bluebird, it's called X. It is the X app. Yes. That is where we are. We're
app.
also currently sitting in the Snugpod.
The app formerly known as. Yeah. Also email. Snugpodcast@gmail.com.
Sorry, I forget about that.
It's because you can't read
Snugpodcast@gmail.com. Yep, exactly. That's why I forget it.
Yeah, Gwen's not old enough for that yet, so, you know, there's that. But, all right, well, fun stuff. If you haven't done the Sheo quest, go do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Get you a whole
If we're still podcasting in 7 years, that's really impressive.
I know, right? Hey, we're encroaching on 200 episodes.
Oh no, are we going to have to do something special?
We should do something special.
Yeah, it's bicentennial, right? Something like that. So, yeah. All right. Well, hey, if you've got ideas for special things we could do for a 200th episode, you can shoot those over to us. We might not use them, but you can tell us anyway. But I guess that's going to do it for this evening, right?
I think so.
Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. If you've been here, we appreciate you letting us be part of your day, night, whatever time of day it is for you. Hopefully it's been enjoyable, informative, and made your day a little bit better. We will try to be back again to do this next week, I believe. We do this on Sunday nights, usually around between 10 and 10:30 Central. That's when we try to start. But until next time, take care of yourself, take care of others, be a decent person, and we shall see you soon.
Bye.
Sleep well, Tamriel.